free.
You don't just sit in the back row. Not this time.
Here on Monday, customers, cause the son worked with him, he's a customer too.
Supposed to go with that.
Every day,
Hello.
They're urgent, it's not my first rodeo. She got caught.
We need a sign-in sheet.
You know, it's like, what do you make one?
I didn't start one.
I don't know.
Somewhere there's an official sign-in sheet, but I don't have access to it, so we've been.
You're not allowed.
Well, we should still get a
There you go.
Is that it?
It's still passed. I was, huh?
This is a package.
Oh, I have like this that has some really strong onions on it, and I can smell that.
Like this.
Really? Work on some siding?
Found one. Is Autumn excited?
Yeah, she is. She was just talking about it. She's like, how long? I said, well, she said a couple hours. It's for
We're
the
just
ones
gonna be
that
here
are
for school
trivia.
for the trivia thing.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Yeah, you think she's cute.
Oh, no, she watched it.
Sorry.
She want one more?
Well, are you wanting her to watch them at your house?
Yeah, she can.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, we would love to watch them.
I was gonna say I need scissors too. I was just kidding.
Happy late birthday, Stacy.
Thank you.
Another year younger.
Yeah.
There's the
Ready to
sign-in
say
sheet
it.
for everybody.
Yeah, 35. I'm like, 45.
I got to borrow a pen over here.
Yeah.
Casey, is there a pen over there?
Okay.
Wait, you guys sign as his sister.
I'll get him a nice present when he turns 50.
Sorry.
I was like, you didn't realize you're 5 years from birthday. So don't say anything to me about 35. I did get a big hug from Kirsten.
Did you?
Do we have a new agenda?
You had to get it moving, didn't you?
I just grabbed the color.
Do you know what time to put into it?
I swear it was.
Yeah.
I got a page.
I'm good, how are you doing?
This one only has one page.
Yeah, there's more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last two items
Quickly write it.
are agenda and other.
Well, my page has 3 pages. Look at all the motions we get.
Yeah, I did print out the motions, but,
Yeah.
yeah, well, you use the one, what's in the back?
Not
So-
on mine.
I think
Yours.
Do you need copies?
Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
I didn't do the back. Okay,
There may or may not be a third page, it's just.
Well,
all
the third-
items that are-
the third page was just a tournament, and
Yeah. Can we,
you should copy that.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Do you want the other page in there?
Yeah.
It's only 6
We're
ones.
gonna make that as one motion.
That's what I was gonna ask you to go over track as well, and all about Catherine's.
We can.
Okay, perfect.
And then I have an addition, this is a drama person.
Okay, good.
Yep.
That's so much addition to the motion.
I think that's how Ashley has it.
I'm not sure you can raise the bill up. I'm not ready to use it next to me.
The bear.
I'm a big one.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
You'll be right working, haven't you?
What?
You'll be knifing, haven't you?
Already did.
How was it?
Well,
It was
yeah,
good.
you're right.
Love it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we're to fish tomorrow.
Should be on there.
We just messed around a little bit. That was yeah.
Right.
Ground's so mellow you can't even hardly believe it. When you put your foot in it, it just feels like you're gonna just sink all the way in.
Dragging around somewhere, so
Did you put any on?
First
Yeah.
it was DG.
we're gonna drag our people next week.
We still put Centura in it,
These
so.
guys get some and everything, man.
I don't know, we got around, got a lot of timber and.
Well, that's what we did, that stuff. It's got some timber on the east side. It's over there by, kind of diagonal from Joe Francis. It's really not that bad. It's better than you think it is. Okay. Especially if you don't turn around.
You don't look back. As long as you're happy with it,
That's right, yeah.
That's all that matters.
Well, your dad was doing it. You know he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't have done it if he didn't like messing around.
I thought all he was about to do was mow.
No. We still have to do some other stuff. He doesn't listen to me anyway.
It wouldn't matter, would it?
Yeah, he does does whatever he wants.
Usually they're not that. Yeah, let's talk about it.
You going into the alumni banquet for 50 years?
Oh man, I didn't think about that. It has been 50 years.
It's 50.
It's getting old. Boy. He's getting, yeah. I'm sure he will be. As long as we're not making him work.
That's up for you,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
You said approve, close.
Just across
You have to
the
note that in your addition, three additions, deletions to the agenda that you're gonna add to the closed session minutes.
It's always right here.
Alright,
Yeah.
Okay.
alright, it's 6:30, so roll call. Roll call, sorry.
Cameron.
Here.
Easley. Here. France.
Here.
Musson.
Here.
Prather.
Here.
Styles.
Here.
Stevens.
Here. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3, additions and deletions to the agenda, so 12.1 will be motion to approve minutes of closed session. What was the other one?
That's it.
Okay. Item 4, approval of consent agenda items. Anybody have any questions on those? Just need a motion, then.
I'll make it. Second.
Roll call when you're ready.
Easley.
Yes.
France.
Yes.
Musson.
Yes.
Prather.
Yes.
Styles.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Cameron.
Yes.
Item 5, high school student of the month.
Lily has been chosen High School Student of the Month, and when this month is over, I'm gonna miss her first thing in the morning. She comes in and does the pledge and reads the announcements, so, I know her time will be ending here soon, but we get her for a few more days, so. Anything you wanna talk about? What are some of your accomplishments? What are your goals for beyond high school?
Hello, my name is Lily Lehman. I am in many clubs. I'm secretary of student council. I am in FCCLA, FFA, art club, drama club, SWAT club. And my goal is to go to the University of Iowa and major in exercise science.
Nice. Great.
Thank you.
Go down and shake everybody's hand.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I got dressed up just for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
5.1, public comments. Do we have anybody that wants to speak tonight?
I would like to have a moment.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, most of you probably know me. My name is Philip Scroggum. I'm a on-again, off-again, full-time, part-time bus driver, driving the afternoon route to Solon every day. My only concern is the buses and our kids' safety. I know in the summer, when we brought this up before, I think the board approved a brand new Bluebird gas-powered 27-foot, 47-passenger bus. Instead, we got bus 4, the diesel-powered, 71 passenger. That is pretty much a rolling the explosives out. But the buses are decaying, and you have a bus mechanic, but he doesn't drive the buses. He just hears afterwards. We're down to driving bus 1 on the everyday route, and it's not a drivable bus. They changed the tires out on the bus 2. It made it terrible. I mean, it floats all over the road. So I switched to bus 8. Bus 8 shouldn't be driven. Horn don't work. Wiper blades don't work. I mean, it's got issues with it, but it's an everyday driver on the volleyball games. It doesn't need to be driven. So there's a really bad problem with the transportation, and we're gonna, the school board, the district, somebody's gonna need to do something. I know a lot of money got spent this last couple of months, and nothing to dump on Vicky there because she's just jumping into it, but we all know a lot of money went out for things that maybe weren't needed, maybe weren't necessary, but we're gonna have to find some money for some more yellow things, because the couple we have left just beats to death when you drive down the road. And when I was here, we tried to take the best buses on the route and the long ball games, so we don't have any good buses. Our best bus is bus 2. It needs a transmission. That is the best running bus out of all the fleet. And then bus 11, and it's an everyday driver. So hopefully there's something in the plan, something to work on. I don't know what the future is for next summer, but I'm still driving through the end of the school year on buses, whichever bus will run that day. Let's hope the state don't show up, because we're going to lose buses if they do. I mean, they will tag these buses and they will not be drivable. I mean, bus 1, you can't get the back emergency door open unless you put a shoulder into it, and I weigh 280 pounds, so it's not an easy door to open. Just a lot of issues, a lot of things, and Andy knows about a lot of them, but there's only so much one guy can do to keep them going again. So I mean, I think they fall apart faster than we can fix them. So, but thank you for your time.
Thank you for driving too.
Oh, no problem. I was forced to drive, Kathy.
But we'll look into that.
I
Okay.
actually have already been thinking about it, because I could see just, I mean, you can tell just by looking at them that they've had a lot of use. So I've already been looking at the transportation budget. There's not a lot of room there to buy buses. So, you know, I'm looking into what the options could be.
Most of them are oversized because, I mean, I have the most kids on my longest route to Sloan, 25 kids. It might jump to 30 next year if those pre-K kids become kindergartners, and that'll make it a 2+ hour drive, and most of the kids are asleep by the time you get home. So, yeah. Yeah, she knows about it. She's on my route. There you go.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on. Item 6, correspondence 6.1, HSA.
I just put in the packet just correspondence from HSA. People like to read about, just hear about what, it's nothing extremely new, it's just information, and everybody always likes to know when practice can begin, so I just thought I would include that in correspondence.
My understanding is that, Dave, maybe you know a little bit about this, but they've expanded the playoffs to 48 teams per class.
Yeah, it's gonna be a goat show is what it's gonna be. So they don't have enough officials for it right now. All of the area assigners are looking for people, because what they did was like 2 years ago, they gave them a 0 week, which was a practice week. Now they've taken that away, which is fine, but they moved ball games up 1 week, which sounds like, okay, that will be great. And then they had 3 crews quit. So there's a lot of games that'll probably be on Saturdays this year. They just don't have enough to do it. And then they're not going to have enough for the playoffs, so they're going to give some of the number 1 seeds bye weeks, which is
top 8 get bye weeks.
Craziness in high school football, but that's what they're going to do. And then they're talking about school safety or kid safety, and then they've shortened the time that they're giving them also. So it's going to be an issue.
Sounded like it was pretty controversial.
Yeah, there's not very many coaches that are happy about it. 3 and 5 or 3 and 6 is going to get you in the playoffs now, which is silly.
Okay.
Another item I received today was a note from the Alpha Delta Kappa Astoria Havana chapter. I guess it's teachers working or living in Mason County, and Mandy, Frederick, and Catherine Reedy are both members of the Beta chapter. they made a $50 donation to the high school office and, in the past. And this year they're giving a $100 donation, and they asked this to be used for girls, with, you know, private needs that they have, personal needs that they have. Could be something for prom, could be things for other things that, are needed. And then they're also gonna start offering a scholarship. So just wanna say thank you to that group for their donation of the $100 gift card plus the scholarships that they're gonna give.
What was the flyer you sent out this week? I saw that.
So we're having a fundraiser which does go to support our scholarships, and the school supplies, and they do a lot of things with like back to school supplies or earbuds or whatever, but it's for a bowling fundraiser at the Havana Paddle Wheel on April 4th, and I think it starts at noon, but don't quote me on that. I think it's noon to 4. $25 a bowler. If you don't have a team, come, they'll put you on one, but we have all kinds of raffles, and you can buy food at the bowling alley, and donations and silent auction baskets, and it's usually a fun day. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go down, I gotta supervise, but you guys have my packet and all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
right,
Yeah.
thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
7, do we have any more business? Dave, so. New business, 8.1 will be for closed session. It's discussion of administrative team for 26-27 school year. 8.2, review of proposals received for auditors for Astoria School District number 1 for 26-28 fiscal years.
All right, so we don't have to do action on that tonight. After a little bit of research, it took a little bit to find it, I found the actual request for proposals that was issued. I'm not sure exactly when it was issued, but anyway, it was issued. And we have 3 responses to that issue. On the RFP, it actually said that the award of the contract would be given at the March board meeting. So we do not need to necessarily award that contract tonight. I did not realize until I found this, but I do want to kind of show you what I've found in looking at the 3 proposals. And then I also would like to have Ashley take some time and look through the proposals too, because she'll probably be the one person who will use them more than anybody besides myself. And so I'd like for her input to be put forth as well. But I've done just a quick comparison of the 3 proposals that we've received. And this comparison doesn't necessarily tell you everything because, quite frankly, I ran out of time. I have a lot of voicemails in to people asking for reference checks. That's where, when it says FVM, that means I left a voicemail, but I haven't heard back from them. And then you can kind of see what their pricing is. You can see where they're from. One thing I did find out is that for Sickich, their price includes travel. So travel is not additional. I just found that out at the end of the day. Whereas the KEB says that travel will be billed separately. So that's kind of a big deal because for Sickich, they're going to be coming from Chicago, for Naperville actually. But you know, the fact that they've put that in, that's included in the price, that's going to be a lot of travel. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. We'll let Ashley have some time to look over these, and then at the next meeting, she and I will come together and meet and decide what we would recommend to you as the one that we would choose. You all obviously have lots of information. You can look at the proposals as well.
What would fall under extra fees?
Well, that would be like, yeah, extra fees would be things like if we don't have a particular, let's say Ashley doesn't normally do a certain report at the end of each month, and she's overwhelmed and she doesn't have time to go back and recreate that for every single month of the year before, and we pay them to do it. That's their hourly rate then to go back and do something like if it takes somebody to go back and do that. Or if there's some actual like if you don't have all your receipts for something and they're gonna have to do some research into your credit card and get back to statements for you, that would be above and beyond what is normal. They want you to have your receipts when you do the audit, so. Just a couple of things that can happen.
Thanks for your work on that.
Mhm.
8.3, recommend approving school credit card for Vicky Phillips. So we need a motion for that.
Motion.
Second.
Prince,
Yes.
Musson,
Yes.
Prather,
Yes.
Skiles,
Yes.
Cameron.
Yes.
Beasley. Yes. Stevens.
Yes. 8.4, recommend approving discontinuing Dr. Troy Lindeman access to Better Banks and I pay with state bank accounts. Basically just a formality, but we need a motion for that.
I'll make it. Second.
Musson,
Yes.
Prather,
Yes.
Skiles,
Yes.
Cameron.
Yes.
Beasley.
Yes.
Prince,
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes. And 8.5, recommend approving Vicky Phillips access to Better Banks and I pay with state bank school accounts. I'll second it.
Prather,
Yes.
Skiles,
Yes.
Cameron.
Yes.
Beasley.
Yes.
Prince,
Yes.
Musson,
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes. Number 9, superintendent high school principal report.
Well, I don't have anything to hand out to you for this report. A lot of times when I do a report, I will have some handouts for you, but I really actually don't this time. I feel like we've started with a good start. I've been around, I haven't met every single student yet, but I've met all the teachers and all the staff, I think, and some of them I've been to their classrooms, some of them I've just been to the door of their classrooms if something was going on. I feel like we're pretty comfortable with each other already. I don't think there's any issues going on right now. I've really enjoyed meeting everybody. I've really enjoyed getting to know how much of a family atmosphere the school has. And to be part of that is really, really nice. Unfortunately, I caught COVID, so I missed a day already of work because I had COVID. But, you know, I just haven't been amongst all the germies for a while, so I had to catch up with all my, you know, you lose that. When you aren't at school for a while, and then you come back in, all those germies are like, ooh, we've got new people. And they jump on you like crazy. So, but I think it's been a good start, and still listening to people, still having meetings with teachers to understand where they're at with things and kind of, you know, how they're feeling about the future. And so I think it's been a good start.
Good, thank you.
Glad to have it.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, sincerely.
So we had a report from Mr. Kraus, and as he said, he had to go. So we will move on to item 11, assistant principal, director of special ed reports.
We have wrapped up things with Abby Beck. She gave us her results from the environmental assessment that we did. She came in, like I said, and watched, you know, the mornings, how we interacted in the office with students. She went into classrooms, and then she kind of gave us a report back. We're meeting with her next week, Vicki and I, and we're going to kind of discuss next steps. She had some links in there, some trainings in there, one of which I already signed up for. So I think she's got some good ideas for him. I'm excited to hear what she has to say. Beyond that, Mrs. Dean and Mrs. Carruthers took a group of 9 students that formed our teacher club. They were part of the mentor program for next year, are going to be a part of the mentor program, or would like to be in the field of education. So they are forming a teacher club here at school with a grant from the program. And then we will they went to a training, and they got all kinds of teacher supplies, and they came back and they were like all on cloud nine. They loved it. So I think that's really good for, you know, a grow your own program here at our school. So I'm excited for what that brings. We still have some work to do on, you know, if that grant can branch out, maybe provide some dual credit for these kids, but or some discounts on some dual credit for these kids, but they're still working on all those pieces. So, but we at least know that the club will have a small little, you know, amount of funds that they can use. So we're excited for that. Bree and I, our speech pathologist, are going to a conference on Monday to talk about our early childhood outcomes. Kind of relates to Stacy's world over here in the pre-K, but that's something that we have to do for special education compliance. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that and some changes coming to that indicator. Then we're going to an EBF conference on Tuesday with Vicki for some evidence-based funding training. So I'm excited to see what I will learn there. We have, one of the trainings that I signed up for was a restorative practices training, and I'll have that in March. And the ROE is doing that with me individually. I kind of, that was one of the things that I sought out after getting Abby's report. And it's sort of like a behavior management and discipline approach. So I'll kind of fill you guys in on that once I get that training. Lots of trainings. And then the ROE is coming in March to train the whole staff on those trauma-informed methods. And that came from our school improvement goals that we had. So the last thing that I've been working on is I put together a spreadsheet, kind of hopefully to help out Vicki, but also just to help out us as far as predicting curriculum costs and when we need to update subscriptions for things, and kind of having an idea of predicting that cost ahead of time so it's not a surprise to us, because we have, you know, lots of curriculums that have subscriptions to them, and sometimes they're 3 years and sometimes they're 5 years. So I've got all of those in a spreadsheet organized with the due dates, so we know when things are coming up and we can budget for it, you know, year 1, year 2, year 3. So
Casey's been really helpful to me to kind of figure out some of the lay of the land, and you know, it's been a crash course.
Yeah.
So
you meant it fast.
so she's been very helpful. And Mr. Cross.
Who was the person who said come in to do the environmental audit?
She's from the ROE as well.
Oh.
Yep. So that's Abby Beck, and she is the truancy. She was a truancy officer. Now she's like the coordinator of attendance or something. There, she's like a little bit of a different title. But she goes around to a lot of different conferences, and she's pretty knowledgeable. And this assessment is fairly new, so it's something that they just came out with. Like, I think we're only the second school they've used it with, but we really liked it. Vicki looked over it, and we're going to share it with you guys too. So I'm kind of waiting to meet with her, so I have a better understanding of it before we talk with you guys about it. But you guys will get a copy of it, and there's a lot of good information in there, and we'll talk with the teachers about it too. So.
And the first glance of it, this is how I perceived it when I was reading it. It was sort of a survey that she had done on, you know, as she walked around our school. So it wasn't a survey like she gave out to people, but a survey that she did as she walked around. And it sort of had the flavor of, like, if I were a student here, what things here would make me want to be here, and what things would make me not want to be here. So attendance is the theme. So, you know, what kind of things do I see here? Like, are people welcoming? Are they, you know, is it clean? Is it just, those are just some things. But it's really interesting. I've never seen anything like it before.
Tim, I have a quick question. In Dave's report, did he have anything about the senior trip? Because we had talked
It's on
to
here to
him,
get
but we
approved.
didn't have a person to go.
I think it's on here to
It's
get
on here
approved.
to approve.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure, and if you guys had any questions, I am the senior class sponsor, so I'd be happy to.
You want to?
You're making it to the Wisconsin Dells in pretty good time. I read the timeline.
You know, I looked it up. Google Maps says 5 hours and 30 minutes from here. So we figured 4 hours and 45 minutes, something. We figured 6 hours in our timeline. They want to leave here at 5 o'clock. And I'll be honest, this was what they wanted, and they have been set on it since June. So we're down right now. We have 9 students that are eligible to go. I'm going to be honest. I feel like we're probably going to lose a couple more before it's time, just because of attendance issues and behavior problems. And I think their behavior points won't allow them to be able to go. And if that's the case, our hope was that with Ashley and I both going, we could split the drive time up and back and take the van or the activity bus. And that way we wouldn't have to pay for a bus driver. We could just pay for our fuel on the way. But I just want to make sure that was on there because it's been crazy. And they're ready to get a plan.
How many's in that class?
18 total. But 3 of them are eligible from not ever working concessions, not a single time. And then we've had other, obviously, instances, but there's 18 total, or 16. Are they down to 16?
They did have 18 for a long time.
Yeah, they did have 18 for a long time. Then we lost one. It's 16 to 18.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
Has it always been that many, the same rules for being eligible to go?
To my understanding, yes.
I
That's how
get
it was
the,
when I was in high school.
huh?
That's how it was when I was here.
We didn't have behavioral.
We didn't either.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
You know about some of it.
But no, it's always seemed a little odd to me because that's kind of an independent trip that's self-funded.
Right.
And I'm not wanting to open a can of worms here.
No, I
get
get
me
it.
wrong,
Well, I think the whole philosophy behind the stuff is, one, they have to work concessions freshman and sophomore
but
year
that part I get.
to make the money. And 2, if you can't behave here, I don't want to take you anywhere where you're not going to be supervised and behave. And this class, they have come a long way, is what I'm going to tell you. These boys and girls, there are a few girls they have come a long way, but I don't want to take all of them.
Well, that sounds
But
like.
if you guys have
Class
any
might have been
questions.
angels, but I can tell you the class of '82 were not.
We weren't either. We took a charter bus when
We looked into that. It was going to be $8,000.
I think it was $800.
Yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yeah, it's going to be $8,000 for that time frame.
That's crazy.
So.
Yeah, it's on here to be approved.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to make sure, because if it wasn't, we want to buy our reservations and get the stuff. Perfect, thank you.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun trip.
It was on the page that I hadn't copied, but we had to have Casey go copy for us.
Okay, item number 12, we need a motion to go into closed session for the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees.
Make it. Sorry.
Whenever you're ready, Ashley.
Styles,
Yes.
Cameron,
Yes.
Easley,
Yes.
Franks,
Yes.
Musson,
Yes.
Prather,
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes. Okay. I need to go to the restroom.
Yes, coming back.
How long are you guys
I'm
gonna
not coming
take?
back now.
How long are you gonna take? It's gonna take forever. No, wait, 2.5 hours.
How long forever?
I don't know. I was gonna go work in my room for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take that long, but all we have left is all this
Yeah.
stuff, so it's nothing exciting.
Casey, are you gonna be around?
Yeah, I'll be in my office.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave my tripod. I got all the cameras, everything. Yep, I got everything.
No, she wasn't sure.
Okay, everybody, we're now in closed session. I will go back live once we're done with closed session. I have another setup just for that, so that way we're not wandering around here going on and on. But I will say that the board members, I had to talk with them beforehand, and they're suggesting I go to the town board meetings too. So that's something that we're going to look into. Alrighty, hopefully we'll be back on here shortly.
See ya.
My
Can't
helper.
really wave.